I think Clay's getting dialed in right now. Clay, thanks for joining us.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes,
There
we
he
can.
is.
Yes. Sorry, I had issues, tech issues.
Yeah, welcome
All
to the
right,
club.
man.
So this is cool. Is this your first time using Blue Jeans?
Well, so we tested it last night. Other than that, this is our first real time.
Okay.
That's a big mug, Clay.
Mm. I got it from Universal Studios. It's
Nice.
it's insulated, so I kept it.
Nice. All right. So, typical to hustle condition fashion, we're jumping all over the place, but officially, we're live with Clay Mosley, Rock City Digital. Clay, tell us a little bit about what you do, how you got to be where you are, and what you love about what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. My official title is Chief Geek. My company is Rock City Digital. Basically, I'm a digital agency, digital marketing, websites, mostly social media. Do a little bit of search optimization, but most of my business is social media for the most part. That's what I'm known for. That's what my company is known for. So that's kind of in summary, like what I do. What did you ask? 2 questions?
Yeah. What do you like about what you guys do?
Dude, it's just fun, man. um, for I don't know, man. It's just social media and digital is just super fun. It's always changing. Um, it's not the same old boring stuff all the time. And I've had my fair share of boring. Um, and I'm always out and about in meetings. I'm always sometimes I'm on video shoots, and I don't know. It's not the same thing. So it's not the same thing every day. Every day is a new adventure for me.
Awesome. So, how did Rock City Digital come to be?
Man, this is a fun question. How far back do you want to go?
I want all the way back. Oh shit, what do I do?
So actually, before we get into that, how do I share? Can I share this out? Like, how do I do that?
You should be able to. Well, I don't know how through Facebook you can share it. We are live on the page.
Yeah. Do you want me to
you're
tag?
live on. You're live. Oh, you're live on the Hustle Condition page.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Where is it? Yeah, tag me in that.
I've got it on my wall. Oh, actually, Todd just tagged the 3 of us all in the video. Thank you, Todd, for being Captain Save a Ho. I mean, Captain Save a Podcast.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, this is like new. Well, I guess it's new to you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So if you want to go all the way back, like I always tell people, this is a very interesting thing because a lot of people think, because I mean, Rock City Digital is only 2.5 years old, right? But so like a lot of people think, oh, you're basically they think it's only been a 2.5 year journey, but for me, it's been a freaking 12.5 year journey because I graduated college in '05, and that's when I considered my working career to start. And so in '05, I took the first job that I was offered, which was I worked for State Farm as a. Is that me? Do you hear anything? Well, anyways, so I worked for State Farm. I worked as a claims adjuster. Worked a little in total loss and also an insurance fraud investigator. And I did that for much longer than I should have. I did it for like 2 or 3 years. But basically, I was a cubicle rat. Um, did the same thing every day, and I hated it. So I quit. Well, I didn't quit, but I left there, and then I decided to try my dab at insurance sales. Not for me at all. It was just kind of an easier transition because I knew insurance or whatever from the operation side. And so I was just like, okay, I'll try insurance sales. And I was there for a very, very short time. Um, Not that I was like not good at sales. I just hated that. And for the record, like I think anybody who could sell insurance, like they got some mad sales skills because that's like the worst product ever to try to represent, in my opinion. It's and it's like insurance is needed. I get it, right? But it's a piece of paper that you're trying to sell that hopefully nobody will ever use, And so I mean, think about that from a sales point of view. Hey, I want to sell you this non-tangible product um, that you will hopefully never ever use. And so that's why I have mad respect for those people that actually like can stick that out. But anyways, so I went from there, and then uh, decided I did go through. I had a very, very, very short career, FBI, because I got recruited, and uh, long story short, I had to leave for medical reasons. And then once I left there, I decided I am not going to do no insurance anymore. And so I went back to school. I went back to study mechanical engineering. Didn't finish my that degree. I got pretty close, but while I was studying, I got an internship at a company who did commercial sustainability consulting. So basically, they for new commercial buildings, they basically told the builders on how to build them to be more energy efficient for the most part. And so the owners of that company decided that they were going to start a new company, but for residential, and they wanted me to run it. And so the contingency was I had to quit school because it was a full-time gig. So I did. I quit school, and that was July 2012. And so I decided to do that. So I went. I decided to start that company, and it was just me at the beginning. And then to make it kind of a shorter story, over the next 3 years, that's what I did. I ran that company, and by the time after 3 years, I think we had like 50 employees, over 50 employees. So wasn't a bad gig at all. That last job, it even though they fired me. Yeah, but so that's the end of the story. Is they fired me, and it was February 5th, 2015. I will never remember that or forget that date. And they fired me, and then at that point, I was like, you know what? So this is a very interesting part. So they fired me February 5th, 2015, and then at that time, I'd had actually, so over the past year, the previous year, so 2014, I've been doing website design on the side, because I have a lot of student loans, and between me and my wife, we have a ton of student loans, man, and I swear they will never go away. So I just thought, man, this is going to be an easy way for me to like make extra cash to help pay those suckers off. And then and it wasn't anything that I was thinking would be like a business at all. I was just thinking, man, this is just some extra cash that I can earn to help pay student loans off. But then when I got fired, I had decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna just try to become a website designer, like legit, like full time, right? But my mentor at the time and a couple other people that I talked to said, you know what, you should go get a job at an agency, because I didn't have any experience, right? Like, no, I didn't work for an agency or whatnot. Um, and so I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'll go work for an agency, whatever. So I applied at all these agencies here in town, and on paper, I'm like the worst applicant ever, right? Because what I'm leaving out is, like, I got fired from almost all the jobs that I've had, for stupid stuff, man. It was like, it was just dumb. It was just because of stuff like it was against policy or whatnot. Not because I was a lazy worker or anything, but yeah. So, like, on paper, man, I'm like the worst applicant, the worst resume you can get. I was fired from most jobs. I didn't have any experience in website design other than what I've done part time, and then uh, my education background did not consist of website design or graphic design or anything like that. So, like, I'm sure those guys that got my resume were like, this guy has nothing to do with anything in marketing or agency. And so, yeah, I didn't get an interview at all. I didn't get a phone call. And I even, like, tried to follow up with these companies. I'm like, hey, I submitted a resume. Can I get an interview? And nobody would do it. So I just, at that time, I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to I'm just going to go out on my own. And so that's what I did. I think it was like March, like middle of March or end of March. And so, yeah, from there, it went to where I am now. So, anyways, that was kind of long-winded.
Yeah, I think I knew it was kind of long. Well, we talked about it before. We've talked about it a bunch. But it is what it is. I mean, it sometimes it takes everything to know this is what I need to be doing, not this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it took me, like, God, man, you know what? It's so funny, because I do have a business partner with Rock City Digital, but she didn't come on until last year, last May. But and she's young. She's younger. She's 23, 24, I think, 24. And I'm 34 for context, right? So, like, I always think in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, I wish it hadn't taken me 12 years to figure this out, or 10 years, But then on the other side, I'm like, well, at least I'm not like 65 years old, yeah, that's what I.
And what did you learn from that 10 years? I mean, I got to feel like you learned to take a beating really well, because, I mean, I look at that stuff all the time of, man, I'd like to have gotten here faster, but I learned to take a beating, and that's sometimes necessary.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I have really, really thick skin now. Which that's what's funny is 10 years ago, if you'd have met me 10 years ago, totally different person. Like, I'm an introvert naturally. And so, like, 10 years ago, it would be like pulling teeth to get me to talk to you. And I mean, you would have to force me to talk, because I'm legit. I'm like one of those nerds or geeks that just, like, likes to just sit in the room and play video games and not talk to anybody, right? And so, like, that's how I was growing up. And then I would say over like 10 years, I don't know if it was just because of experience or just the fact that I just got older. I don't know. But I finally got to realize, you know what? This is what I need to do. I need to make myself get out there. And I went through a lot of rejection, not just from, like, sales. Like, I did a lot of cold sales. I did a lot of, I mean, just the fact of getting fired multiple times, that really, like, built up my, I guess that's my beating, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, we did get some, because I let Facebook do my show prep because I was too busy drinking and eating pizza. We actually have some questions for you this week. Good one. I mean, Jared asked a good one. No one talks about growth from crappy time to success. How did you grow from side money to hiring to seem like everyone in Little Rock?
Yeah. Well, okay, what's funny is I did not have, okay, the transition there, and I already kind of talked about this. I did, like, I was straight up fired in February 2015. And so I did have like a little side gig all 2014, but I wouldn't call it like a hustle at all. It was just one of those things like if I got a project, great. There's just extra cash on top of what I was getting paid on my day job. So like I would say like mine's a little bit out of the norm because just because of the fact that I got fired and it was legit. It was either I had to make it now or I'm living on the freaking streets. And um so I mean I kicked it into gear. No joke. Like when I decided I was just gonna start this business, I straight up kicked in gear like 1,000%. I mean I had no choice. No other choice. And it was so there was no gradual I'm gonna like side hustle. Oh, okay, I'm making a little bit of money. I'm making a little bit more money. I'm making a little bit more money. And then finally there was no point, there was no like gradual transition like that where I got to the point um where I could just quit because I was making enough money with my like side gig. It
Right.
wasn't like that at all. I mean, it was straight up. It was just straight up. I pretty much was from zero to go. I mean, it was. And don't get me wrong, like those first few months, like from March to about September, March to August, dude, no joke, I was broke. You know what I was doing? I was living off damn credit cards. What I was doing. Um, And I mean, I do not recommend that at all. That's tough. Um, but it's it was a question of like, can we can we afford the brand name ramen noodles, or do we have to go off-brand ramen noodles? It's just, yeah, it wasn't like, hey, can we have PB and J's? It was like, no, we just got the PB today. It's like, I'm not joking, man. It was like those few months was a struggle financially.
Yeah. So are you going to start
So
charging these other internet marketers licensing fees to use a pallet wall?
I mean, that's a
well,
fair question.
It's sad to say, but I did not invent the pallet wall.
You sure? Because I'm pretty sure you're the first one with it on video, at least.
That may be true, but
Dude,
it's funny. It's funny. I've had offers though. People that have seen it like locally. Some people I know locally have actually offered to pay me to build one out for them. I'm like, no, that's not exactly what I really want to do at all. Because it's not that much fun. I'll tell you that.
No. When we found this house, I was walking through and I walked downstairs into this. The room I'm in is an old tuck under garage, and it was walled off because it used to flood. And I walked in, I'm like, that's my clay video studio. Even though it's brick, even though it's exposed brick and cinder block, I was like, that is my Clay Mosley wall.
I like it, man. It's like I don't know. I just like it. Kind of the word that keeps popping in my mind is like grunge, but it's not grunge. It's
industrial.
Industrial, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna take my hat off, but there's like this weird shine right there.
Well, you don't have your sunglasses on, so.
Well, it is 9:20 p.m.
Yeah. I like.
Okay, here's the thing about the sunglasses, right? Okay, this is so funny because who was it that made that comment? Was it Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dawn. Okay, so everybody, and I get the comments here locally too, that I always have my sunglasses on my head, right?
Yep.
Here's the story behind this. Okay, there is a reason why I always have sunglasses. It's because when I was in junior high, And so I wear contacts, okay? When I was in junior high, I was stupid and slept in my contacts, right? And you're not supposed to do that at all, okay? So for anybody that's watching that does that, like, do not sleep in your damn contacts. And so what happened was, I mean, I went months without taking my contacts out, and I was sleeping in them. So what happened was I got cysts in both eyes, and like I almost went blind. And so uh, whenever I had to, whenever it was finally like, okay, like your eyes are suffering, um, over like the next like 2 or 3 days, I could not open my eyes because it was too bright outside. It even a dark room with the lights off was too bright, and um, so because of that whole thing, I got scars on my eyes, and so like even like just regular daylight, where the sun's not even out, it's too sensitive on my eyes, and so like light, I have light sensitivity. So there you go.
Fine, we'll stop giving you a hard time about the sunglasses.
Yeah.
You want to take the next one?
So I've got the next one I have is which of the times you got fired was the worst and why?
It's probably that last one, right before I started Rock City Digital, and the reason is because I literally put blood, sweat, and tears in that company over a 3-year span. So the other jobs I had before, they were just jobs, right? Um, and I was not like I wasn't in any kind of role like authority, uh, like any kind of authority or whatever. I did not have any, like I was not like a boss or anything like that. Um, but this one, I was actually like the director of the company. I was the one in charge, and not only that, the owners, that's all they did was they owned the company. They were not involved in the day-to-day operations at all. That was me. I did everything from sales to marketing to operations to running crews to accounting, payroll. I mean, everything in the company. And dude, uh, I even spent time in the field for the first year, like blowing insulation in attics. It was like the worst thing ever. And I went in crawl spaces, you know, and that's where the blood came from because you cut your arms and stuff on like duct work and stuff. And so I did like everything the first year. And so, uh, yeah, so I take a lot of credit for building up that company to what it is now. And then, uh, I mean, I like seriously invested like tons of time and effort into that company. And then whenever they fired me, it was like out of the blue. So it was just I didn't see it coming. It's just I don't know. I think it was money, but
That's small businesses. Yeah, it's a struggle, I think, for most small businesses to value the people who make their money for them.
yeah. So like, sorry, I feel this urge to sneeze. Sorry. But no, like so in my entire life, I've only cried slash teared up 3 times in my life. Um, yeah, that was one of them probably. Yeah, that was. I mean, I wasn't like full on balling, right? But it was a very it was a tearful moment. I would say that. So just because it was super emotional, man. I just like 3 years, whatever. But now with all that said, I do have to give I do have to give credit to those guys that did hire me. As much as I totally hate the fact that they fired me, which it turned out great and it turned out way better. Um, but the fact that they did let me run that company because I learned a ton about business, and it was on their dime. So I can't complain about that at all. I don't regret working there at all. In fact, like if they hadn't fired me, I'd probably still be working there instead of starting a business. So it's just funny how things turn out. I don't. I mean, I was perfectly happy working that job. So it wasn't like, and I have the entrepreneur DNA, right? Like I have that, but that like I seriously like if I hadn't got fired, uh, I would have had to have a really, really, really good reason to quit. So it's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's cool. You know, so you two and a half years ago, you were solopreneur. Now you're up. What? You guys are 8 employees.
We're about to be a team of 10.
10. Yeah. 10.
10. Yeah. Well, if you include I have a couple of 3 contractors that pay 1099. So if you include them, which I pay them enough, I pay them almost as much as my W-2 employees. But if you count them, it's like 13. Yeah.
So you're 13 people, hiring all the time, and I mean, you guys are killing social media, and you guys servicing a greater area than Little Rock, or are you guys mainly focusing on your region?
We're totally maximizing our efforts here locally. There's tons of opportunity here, and so with that said, we do have clients all over the world. So I mean, we can totally do, you know, or we can totally have clients anywhere, but we totally like just maximize everything, like our marketing and sales efforts here locally. Yeah.
And I feel that Ken and I are probably at a disadvantage because we know so much about your business because of Entrepreneurs Roundtable, which you should go join it if you're watching and you're not a member. If you're an entrepreneur and you don't spam the shit out of people,
Yeah. and don't let the year and a half intro video of Jared with a beard scare you away.
Yeah.
He needs to update that, by the way.
You know, from what we know, you're probably the most expensive game in town when it comes to social media, right?
Oh yeah, I'm the most expensive. Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So you charge a premium price. You provide a premium product. How did you get to that point?
This is a good question because like when I first started offering social media services, I didn't know what to charge. I just stuck a number out there that I thought made sense, and so which is insane to think about. Like, there's no way in hell I could charge that now. I would bleed money. Um, but like I was charging, 40% of what I charge now. Yeah. So I've more than doubled my price or a fee for social. So yeah, I just kind of, I don't know. I didn't put a lot of thought into it when we first started. I just kind of put a number out there and I said, this is what we're going to charge. And then over time, what would happen is, well, a couple of different reasons why we raised our fees, which we've raised them like probably 3 times now in the last year and a half. But the one reason, if you put the numbers to it financially, is like at the end of last year, I did a full financial breakdown, and with the help of my CPA. Oh, side note. Is that Ken?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, I had a small issue inside. Go
Did it
on.
go away? Okay.
Battery
Is he still around?
That's
Okay.
one way to clear the room.
Yeah. So, anyways, so at the end of last year, I did a full financial breakdown of like all my services that I offer, and I accounted for like how many labor hours it would take to do it, like what my cost of goods sold are, like overhead costs, like software, and now I have an office and whatnot. Um, and so there were a couple of services that I have. Is it still making noise, or are you good?
I think you're good. I think we're better now.
Okay. So there were a couple of services that I offered that I realized my profit margin was in the negative, right? And so I had to raise my fees because of that, because negative profit margin is not good for business. And so that's one reason. The other big reason is because my demand got high and my supply was low. And so, like basic economics 101, supply and demand, is we got really popular, and we got a big intake of new clients, and I did not have the people to handle it. And so I was like, okay, well, I don't think we're charging enough then. So we raised our fees. So that's, yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Oh, let's see what everybody's saying.
So that's what I'm trying to get back to. I was trying to watch. I know that someone said something about question themes, but didn't say what their question was.
Oh, how's it been scaling up the team?
How has it been scaling up the team?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, can you throw those? I mean, hiring. Hiring is everybody's fucking least favorite activity, I think.
Yes. Okay. Here's a big lesson I learned, and I learned it the hard way. Is hire someone before you get at capacity. That is the biggest lesson biggest tip I give anybody is, and I think most people make that mistake just because it's ignorance. They don't know, right? I didn't know. I waited until we were at full capacity, like we couldn't handle anymore, and then I was like, okay, we can't handle anymore, so I'm going to hire another person. No, never do that. You always hire before you get to capacity. And the reason is because if you're at capacity before you hire, then you're all of a sudden in a hurry. You're in a hurry to hire, and then you hire the wrong person. You know, not to say I hired the wrong people. Like I hired the right people in my mind. But that whole like in a hurry, like I got lucky, I think, because the first couple of hires, like we hired when we got at capacity, and we were kind of in a hurry to hire. And I think we just got lucky, with the people we did hire. But I would say like from after the first couple of people, we decided, okay, we're gonna hire before we get to full capacity, and it was so much easier to go through the interview processes and stuff to weed out the bad ones and keep the good ones and do like second interviews and things like that. And so the process is way easier if you're not doing it in a hurry. So that's my biggest tip with hiring.
I could just imagine you're trying to get all your client service work done. You're already stressed out because you got all these deadlines that you said you were going to get done, and then you're trying to do interviews, read fucking resumes, talk to people, get referrals for and do all that other stuff. I could just imagine that's got to be the worst time to try and hire if you're not a big company. If you're a small business.
Well, and I think one of my favorite things about Clay and your story and kind of some of the stuff you talk about is, dude, you're a heavy networker, man. I can't imagine having the workload you have and the network schedule you have, because I feel like every time I turn around, you're doing something network wise and still trying to manage all of those accounts and hire people and be at capacity already. I can't imagine it.
Well, okay, to be fair, I'm a workaholic. I am. So I work way more hours than the average person. I probably work a good 16, 17 hours a day.
Wow.
And that's 7 days a week. So I do not encourage that at all. It's not healthy. It is not healthy. But it's and this is a problem I have, and I have, and I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. Is the fact that like I'm actually at the point now where I don't have to work this much, but I've done it for so long. It's all I know. And so it's hard for me to break this habit. Actually, it's funny that you bring that up, is because I have on my calendar next week to take off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, which would be the first days off I've had in 2 years. So, yeah. But no, yeah, you know what I've been doing is during the day, my daytime is spent networking and in meetings. My nighttime is spent doing uh, like work on the computer, so project work. So that's how my time is split up. But that's how I get done, is I work too many hours.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know anything about being a workaholic though, so I don't know what he's talking about. Just don't let my wife hear that. She will not believe that. Now, any awesome things happen to you that you were not expecting?
I didn't expect to grow this fast at all. We had, so December of last year, whenever I set our goals, like our revenue goals, I said, and so December last year, it was 4 of us total. That includes me and my business partner. So there was just 4 of us. And then at that time, we said, okay, we're going to hire 3 people for the entire year of 2017. And then we had, certain revenue goals too. Well, April came around, we already hit our damn revenue goals for the entire year, and we had already hired 3 people at that time. And so that I did not expect at all. It was, I'm very, very fortunate, I'll say that. So.
Fair enough. I think we're about caught up with questions in the feed. Sarah, we do all need a side hustle building a business of fun walls. I have way more time than Clay does for that one, though, so I'm in.
Dude, I was lazy. This is brick. I didn't have to build anything. I just, nice. This house works.
We're just gonna. I'm gonna start making like the pull down shades that you put behind you that just look like faux brick and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, backdrops.
Yeah, backdrops. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Who do we know that we can get a high res picture of Clay's wall, and then we can have it printed for a backdrop.
I like it. Now we're talking.
Right.
Hey, Clay, okay. So one of the questions that so where do you see this as your legacy? Like, where do you see this going from here? Where's your end game, I guess?
Man, I just want to do this for the rest of my life. That's it. I get that asked all the time. I don't have a good answer for that. I really don't. Like, people ask me, well, where do you want Rock City Digital to go? Like, how big do you want to get? Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow, man. Like, that's just me. It's one thing I do know for sure is I just don't I want to do this forever. So that's whatever I have to do. And I always tell people too, like, if someone were to tell me that I can get paid, $30,000 a year, guaranteed for the rest of my life, and I can do this, like, I would take that in a heartbeat. Like, so it's not like the money's good, but it's not the money for me. It's I mean, if I can make more money, great. Like, that's awesome. But I'm not going to complain about that at all. But no, it's just the fact that I can't go work for anybody else ever again. I'm too spoiled to this life. So
Fair enough. And then I think our continuing question from every single one of these: what is the hustle to you, other than maybe a 17-hour workday?
what is the hustle?
Yeah.
Um, it's I would say just keep moving, keep moving. Because I know like, and I've had them too. Everyone's gonna have the lulls. You're gonna have your bad months. It's real easy when you have those bad months to stop because it is kind of it can be kind of depressing when you have those kind of bad months. But I would say no matter what, just keep moving, keep activity going. Because like once you stop activity, it's so much harder to get started again.
Well, that's business is just like your health, just like working out. I stopped
Yeah.
walking, and I just like I don't fucking want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why like what's so funny is that's kind of like a small reason why I have not backed off of the number of hours I've worked because I'm afraid like if dude I'm not joking when I say this, when I take like a couple hours off I feel guilty, and it's so stupid, and I realize how stupid it sounds too, but anytime I take off it's just I feel guilty because I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
But it's dumb, and I know it, people can say it is dumb, I know it is. um
See, and you call
and
it dumb, and I think we all know that feeling all too well.
yeah. You know how much anxiety I have the fact that I'm taking these 3 days off next week.
I can only imagine.
It's gonna drive me insane. Like, so these 3 days off, my plan is to completely unplug. Like, I'm not gonna open my laptop. I'm not gonna open social media. I'm not taking phone calls or nothing. And this is probably gonna be the hardest thing I've ever done in the last 2.5 years is to take time off.
Dude, when I took that cruise in January, I said I'm not paying $20 a day for Wi-Fi while I'm on this boat. I'm gonna disconnect. As soon as I got Wi-Fi in Mexico, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
2 days, 2 fucking days.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, it's gonna be tough, the fact that like I do have Wi-Fi available, so it's gonna take way more self-control.
It sounds like
But
you need to go like camping or something.
I do, yeah, I probably do. And it's not that like it's not, and it's not because like I don't think my business will fall apart without me. Like it'll be fine. I've got the right team behind me. Um, but it's I don't know, man. I've been hustling for so long. It's I don't it's tough to break that habit.
Hmm.
So
Well, I appreciate you coming on the
yeah.
show. Um, you know, I've loved your story ever since the first time I heard it. I mean, I can't get enough of hearing it. I mean, when we were doing the marketing tap, I loved your
Yeah.
story.
Marketing tab. I kind of miss it.
I know, and when Ken, well, and when Ken and I started talking about this, I was like, yeah, I miss the marketing tap. We need to fucking do this, and we need to.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you guys did. It's cool. I've caught a couple of the replays. So yeah, it's good, man.
We appreciate
Well,
it.
if
So here I will say, do what?
Go ahead.
The only thing I was going to say is the only reason I'm saying this is because I had this conversation with somebody today, though. Man, if anybody, like, if you're going to start a business, if you can figure out how to do recurring revenue, that is so gold.
Mm-hmm.
So gold.
I was going to ask, what would you give to anybody starting out? What tip would you give to anybody starting out? Yeah, that's
if you can figure out how to do recurring revenue, and the reason is because the biggest problem that I see with most businesses is cash flow. And if you have recurring revenue, cash flow is not a problem. I mean, it's gold. Yep. That and hire a CPA early, a good one. Like, I'm no joke. It's not the most glamorous answer, like advice ever. I mean, it's a CPA, and usually when people think CPA, oh yeah, I can do my own damn taxes. No. If you can hire the right CPA, like, no joke, they will be like a kind of a freelance CFO. And so I wish I'd have done that like months and months before I actually did. So it's worth the money.
And I get that completely. My first foray into college was actually as an accountant. That's what I want. That's what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Yeah, I don't see you as an accountant.
I love the data of money and finances, but I'd fucking kill somebody if I had to work in an accounting office all day long.
I can do it. Yeah, I understand accounting, but
yeah, the principles I grasp. And every time, like the last time I went to college, tried the college thing, I had taken accounting class. Like, this is fucking easy. It's the dealing with people part that I.
I can't do accounting. That's the reason why I hired CPA.
That's right.
I mean, I was doing it all on my own. I was doing, it took me like a day or two every single month to do the accounting stuff, but oh my gosh, dude, it's so worth the money I pay her. Ugh. So,
I liked it.
I would say the other thing too is, I don't know, like, I think people are stuck on this, like, I want to have an online business, which is fine. I mean, you can make money that way. I'm just saying, don't exclude the fact that there's money to be made locally. I mean, even tons of money.
Even if you're not in a large metropolis. I live in a small town. I don't even know what it's a small city. It's a big town, a small city. There are so many local businesses that just don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. I live in Little Rock. Little
Rock's bigger than Des Moines, and I live in Newton, which is
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Hang on.
Dude, Little Rock's only like 250,000 people.
Your whole metropolis, the whole metro?
Oh, the metro, it's probably like 750,000.
Oh, so they're probably 724.
So I'm the big city here, Oklahoma City. Look at me.
Dude, OKC is huge. Actually, the Des Moines metro is 634,000.
Oh,
so
man.
Little Rock is
okay.
bigger. Well, and I've been
That's
to
interesting.
Rock 4 times in my Air Force career.
Yeah.
I've always loved Little Rock.
Nothing glamorous. It's nothing glamorous. It's not my favorite. It's not my first spot I would want to live.
There's a really trashy strip club not far from the Air Force Base. I remember that.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. There used to be a review bar, a cross-dressing review.
I don't know that one.
It's a military, you don't ask. And then the first flying saucer I ever went to was in Little Rock.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty popular here.
That was my first craft beer experience when I was 22.
Yeah.
17 years ago.
What craft
beer other than Budweiser and Natural Light?
That was like a long time ago. Are you sure about that, Nick?
Yeah. 20. That was 17 years ago.
Oh man.
Wow.
But Yeah, so Little Rock's a cool town. My girlfriend's got her cousin lives down there. Her cousin's married to Ronald McDonald for your region. So I know Ronald
What?
McDonald for Little Rock.
Oh, the person that plays Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
the Ronald McDonald
that's
for
funny.
Little Rock.
That's
So we're
funny
trying
shit.
to get it. We're trying to work out a vacation down there. We're going to Alabama in March, but I want to go.
I don't know if you would call it a vacation coming down here.
It's not Iowa.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to go to the diamond mining. I want to make the kids go mine diamonds in the.
It's not that
park.
fun.
I know.
it's just playing around in dirt, man.
I know.
That's all it is.
I think kids need it. Take away their iPads and their iPhones and go play in some dirt.
Yeah. Every once in a while, like one person a year gets lucky and they find an actual diamond.
Yeah, I think they plant that too. I'm gonna bet it's like the TV shows.
yeah, but it's just like one big ass like dirt pile is what it is.
Yeah. So I think Little Rock's a cool place. And
it's not that bad. I dog on it, but yeah, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live anywhere outside of Little Rock in Arkansas. I mean,
no.
Yeah. Maybe Fayetteville, which is where our college or the Razorbacks are. But
yeah.
See, and
anyways,
I live in the college town right next to the big old metro, so I have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, but nobody wants to live in Oklahoma as a state.
Hey. I mean, we could live in Arkansas.
Hey, you know what my beef is with Oklahoma? Because I was driving to Oklahoma City one time at night, and I was like, oh, I see the lights of Oklahoma City. And I'm thinking, I'm close. But no. It was like freaking 2 hours away because like there's nothing, it's nothing but flat in Oklahoma, so you can see the lights all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can see for miles. And I saw a question that popped up just a second ago. Actually, I think it popped up a little bit ago, and I just didn't notice it. It was infrastructure tech question about live meeting tech and creative style. How are live meetings and live meeting tech that allow you to edit videos later and such changing the world, I guess? I think this might have been a question for Nick and I because we killed BeLive TV because it was garbage. BeLive TV couldn't be our problem with BeLive TV is it truly could not handle this. And we truly wanted to add a fourth person in certain situations. And I mean, if you go back and you look at our technical issues in the last two, and then you look at our technical issues here, it's a battery hog, but I mean, that's my fault for not being plugged in. But I mean,
hashtag I miss Blab.
Oh God, I miss Blab so much.
I do miss Blab. Things that we can agree with.
Yeah. What was the question again? I forgot.
I see. I don't actually see.
How's live meeting tech changing social?
There you go. That's where the question's at.
Oh, it's changing a lot. I think. It's because like this is a very interesting thing because it's the evolution, right? And if you see it, if you start with television, right, just regular traditional television, we started with, I guess, quote unquote live, right, watching TV shows before the DVR came around, right? And so like, and then we all of a sudden when the DVR came around, we hate watching, like live shows, and then but what's so funny is like with social media, you see the opposite, right? So you could see recorded videos, pre-recorded videos, and you can watch them whenever you want. But then all of a sudden, when live came around the social, it's all hype now. I just think it's interesting, but I think it's just because of the platform, because social media. I think people value authenticity with all like this fake news shit too. So like I think it's all about authenticity. And with live, you can't be, at least it limits the amount of bullshit basically. You can't edit it. But yeah, no, it's good. And then we're, you're going to see this like, and you've already kind of seen it, with augmented reality and virtual reality, which we are actually about to dive into with our company, just because I think that's where it's going. But yeah, no, I think it's because it's way, way more authentic.
Yeah.
Just like this, just like
Mhm.
this. It's um, can't hide anything really once you hit that button.
Well, and I think that part of the draw to live on Facebook compared to watching live TV is it's that selfish aspect of we want to share our life with somebody, and then at the
Hmm.
same time we want to look into somebody else's life. Where TV, watching it live, it's really just drags out the event. It's a 22-minute TV show that's dragged out over 30 minutes because of commercials and news and BS and politics.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it. It's the you have the control of the experience, and you can share your experience with life because we all think we're really exciting and interesting.
Yeah, it's controlling the content, right? So like, with live TV or whatever, just television, period. It's all everything's storyboarded. It's all scripted. Even with your like not live news, even though it's live, they know how to do things, right?
Yeah,
They know step by step. Here's what you need to do. Blah 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 blah. Um, but it's still like step by step. Here's a sequence you need to go in. So I think with social, it's just people just hit the button, and it's a lot of the content. It's you don't know, you just kind of talk is what it is. You just kind of let go with the flow, and it's. I think it's just more personal. Like people just want to. You know what I really think it is? People just want to live vicariously through other people. Like they see like how successful or how happy their lives are, and so like they just want to live vicariously through them.
I
Well, I
think that's the
remember.
draw to VR.
Hmm. VR is really cool. I think um, I think it's gonna be really cool for business application, like business events. Um, like one thing, like the things that we're about to jump into is like if there's a local business event, like let's just say like for example the Chamber of Commerce, they want to put on an event. How cool it would be if you can't make the event, but you can, you're at home, you can just put on a headset and like it looks as if you're actually there live. So that's something that we're about to jump into. It's gonna be really neat.
Well, and
See,
the
and
whole
oh, go ahead, Nick.
the whole news thing, live news isn't authentic because they've got 5 producers
Yep.
telling everybody what to say. They've got teleprompters in front of them, telling them all they're doing is reading teleprompters. Even
Right.
if you look and they have their iPads, those iPads are running a teleprompter app, and they still have 5 producers in the control room telling them, "Hey, you can't say that," or telling them how to control the flow of their conversation.
You know what I think is going to happen eventually? I think it's going to happen soon, sooner than later. Is I'm waiting for a news station to go straight social media because
I
you
don't know
see
why it's not.
yeah, I don't either because like you see already that like the reporters will report live using their cell phone, right, through Facebook Live, right? Like one of these like pretty soon what's going to happen is they're going to drop all the infrastructure that they do with traditional news, like the traditional cameras and things like that, and they're just going to go straight up social live stream, I think.
I don't understand why there hasn't been. There was
I think it comes down to money. They still make a lot of money, and it's going to be when the revenue streams change. That's when they'll change and move more towards social.
Yeah, I think as long as there's still companies that are willing to pay for traditional advertising, they're going to keep doing it. But I'm just waiting for the day and it might be a brand new news station that just comes along. It's not going to, I don't think it's going to be an existing one. I think it's going to be a brand new one that comes along and just says, hey, we're going to do it, and we're just going to do it on social media. And so,
And I was during presidential elections, very terrestrial radio has a lot of say in how things happen in Iowa for some dumb reason. And we've got one very popular AM radio station that refuses to go live, do live video of their radio show. I'm like, why the fuck? Why do I have to listen to your stupid radio show? I don't even own a radio anymore except for in my car.
Yeah.
Why do I have to go to your shitty website? Why can't I just go to Facebook where I already am and listen to your show?
Yeah. A lot of people are moving to like satellite radio too, or just listening to podcasts on their iPod instead of the radio now. So funny.
Well, and this morning I was driving my daughter to daycare on my way to work, and it's like I have no desire to listen to the fucking radio because there's almost no music.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to fucking idiots talking.
Yeah. I always just listen to music that I have on my iPod. That's it.
Gary V. I have like 300 podcasts to listen to.
I don't even listen to podcasts, man. I'm not a podcast person. I've never been a podcast person.
I drive about, the days I have my daughter, I have about an hour and 30 minutes one way, and then my regular commute's 35 minutes. I sometimes I just want to consume something that's not music.
Yeah. No, I get it. My thing is, I spend my entire day just talking, right?
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to do is hear somebody talk whenever I have that kind of opportunity to just sit there and listen to music. And so that's what I do.
Dude, when I first started off on this journey of entrepreneurship and realizing that the corporate world isn't probably the place for me, I listened to the Tim Ferriss audiobook for 4 months straight. All I listened to in the car was 4 Hour Work Week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good book.
I just couldn't. I didn't want.
I bought his new book, but I have yet to. It's still sitting in the Barnes and Noble bag that I bought it in. Like, I don't know, when it first came out.
Yeah.
When did it first? It was a few months ago when it first came out.
Clay, I think I just heard your to-do list for the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It just might be. What's it called? Oh, Tools of Titans.
And I love it. Yep. It's a good book. It's probably, there's more actionable good shit in it than there ever has been in any version of 4 Hour Work Week.
Yeah, that was my problem with 4 Hour Work. Like, I love that book, 4 Hour Work Week, but I swear you can skip the first half of that book.
Yep. The audio version's just the same way.
Yeah, like I thought the first half was just all fluff, is what it was, but the second half was really good. But yeah, I need to read that. That's a really good idea. I think I'll read that, pop that book open.
You'll feel less guilty that way.
Yeah, I'll be at least I'll feel like I'm doing something business-like.
Right. It's still productive.
Jared just joined us.
What's up, Jared?
Speaking of beards, you're the first guest who didn't have a beard.
That's because I can't. That's because what you see here, I've been growing for 34 years. I have not shaved. It's the Asian in me. I can't grow anything.
I'm not allowed to shave. Nikki said I'm not allowed to shave. And I think it'd scare my 4-year-old because it's been two years since she's seen me without a beard.
Oh wow, yeah. It'll look funny. Like I've seen pictures of you without a beard, but I can't. It would look funny if you shaved. It would.
September 20th, 2015 is when I stopped shaving.
Yeah.
See, I go through cycles. Nobody's ever going to tell me not to shave. But a lot of people are like, hey, we're going to need you to clean this up, and I'll shave, and I'll be babyface and look 12 for a week, and then just go back to it.
About a year and a half ago, I interviewed with a company, and they were like, well, company policy is you'll have to shave. And I was like, I can't accept your job offer.
Serious, that's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, good for you. Good for you, man. Like,
if my beard can't come, I can't come.
Yeah, that's how I feel about wearing anything other than a t-shirt. So
yeah.
There's only 2 occasions where I'll wear something other than a t-shirt. It's a wedding or a funeral. But
and while we're on the show, I do gotta give Todd Giannataggio's wife Michelle a shout out for this awesome fucking mug.
Nice. I like that it's not backwards like it is on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know why Facebook will not figure that out. I mean, it can't be that difficult.
We had the same issue with Be Live. Everything was backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I don't know what these guys are doing, but I don't know what these guys are doing, but I'm a fan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Blue Jane, you guys rock. Hopefully, and I trashed Be Live in their user group last week. I'm surprised I'm still around.
Hey, what is it? How does that? So I keep seeing it switch back and forth between you guys on the big window. Like, is that automatic?
Yes.
Yeah.
How does that How does that work? Like, do they just randomly do that?
No, I think it's based off of who's talking. So, like, because there was a couple times it flipped to me when I laughed and stuff. I'd go, ha, and it would switch to me. So I think it's audio focused, kind of like old Hangouts used to be.
Huh.
Yeah, apparently we can have up to 50 people in one room.
On this software?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
What? I can't even imagine why you would need that many people in one room.
So the way that I think of it is basically like if you want to get your whole office staff in one video conference and you're all over the country, that's the best thing about Entrepreneurs Roundtable. There's 50 of us. We'll fit right in here. No streamed to the outside public. Just right here.
Yeah, that's I can just see that being really noisy.
Yes.
Oh God. Yeah, it'd have to be moderated. You'd have to have somebody on a desktop moderating it.
Well, and you can actually set it up so that everybody's instantly muted when they come in, and they don't get to talk until you unmute them.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So okay. So basically, everybody has to raise their hand. Can I talk?
Right. It's actual conference software. Instead of phone conference, it's video conference, and it doesn't suck.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you use this where it's not broadcasting to Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The broadcast is an extra step.
Yeah, and then if when you finish it, it saves the file and email it to the moderator, right?
Yep.
Is this free?
No. I wish.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say.
Well, even Beeline wasn't free. Beeline was $25 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucked.
Yeah, that's really cool. No, I like it. Good. I like the fact that you can share your screen too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, what else you guys want to talk about?
I think we've covered it.
This is our longest show and very few technical glitches, so I'm pretty happy. Thanks for coming on tonight, man. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun
anything
to get
anything you got going on this week or next week that you want to pitch or promote? You got any of those cool local events?
Actually, I'm about to launch claymosley.live.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now it's just a landing page, just like a coming soon type thing. I did put a teaser video out there, which I think it's less than 10 seconds. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it got a lot. It got a lot of people asking questions like what is this? And so, but basically, without going too much into it, I'm finally like I bought this domain January of last year, and I'm finally doing something with it. But I'm going like all in on my personal brand because I've been all in on Rock City Digital's brand, and I think it's like I've been doing a lot more speaking gigs and stuff. In fact, I got to go to San Antonio October 1st to speak over there, um, but yeah, I'm pushing my personal brand big time, and so it should launch pretty soon. I don't have a date yet, but it's gonna be pretty fun.
Awesome.
Sounds good, man. We'll be watching for it.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now if I can figure out how to shut it down, we'll be set, right?